Carti fans, y'all in the end game right now. Playboi Carti just announced that his long-awaited album, the album that he done took 4 years to drop, is finally coming out on Friday. Like I said in the old vid, it's been about 1,500 days since he dropped his last album. So he came out confirming that it's dropping Friday, but y'all know he could be telling a lie. But I don't think he lying this time. And I say this because the bald man got on his story and announced the album today. And if y'all don't know the context behind that, pretty much over the past year, whenever Carti would drop a single or actually feed the fans, it would always be a specific man that would come on his story and announce whatever he was doing. For example, he was dropping a couple Instagram singles about a year ago. Bald man would get on IG, Carti dropping tonight, Carti would drop tonight. Bald man got on his story today and said this:
New Carti album this Friday.
So this came out, right? People going crazy. People like, oh my God, like it's really time. And it was a lot of build up to this post. Over the past few years, like I said, Carti has been building up this album. He been really promoting this album, starting and stopping the rollout so many times. And it did get to a point where for a few months, fans was looking at him like, Carti, I don't really care no more. Like, you done lied and then did this and did that so many different times. When are we actually gonna get something? And a few weeks ago, he kind of started hinting that fans were gonna get something. Back in February, all of these random billboards would start popping up, just saying phrases that Carti said. One of them was like overly trim. Another one said something. Basically, it was Carti billboards popping up all over the United States. You'll have a billboard here, billboard there. And so people hyped it up, then it would go away. Then another billboard come out. People hyping it up, then it go away. And it was kind of like a cycle. It was like a toxic relationship his fans was having with him. And this is a relationship Carti done had with his fans for years at this point. Ever since the start of his career, ever since the start of his time in music, he's been labeled a liar. I said this in my last Carti video. He's been known as a liar for a long time. And so these billboards coming out, hyping up the fans for a little bit, then he goes back into hiding. People like, damn, he a liar. But this time, specifically right now, it was different. The whole rollout had a different vibe to it. And I say this because about, literally 6 months ago in September, it was Carti's birthday, right? For the first time in years, we was getting like a solo Carti single. Yeah, he did features. Carti do a lot of features. He be giving features to Travis Scott, Weeknd, Kanye West exclusively. If you gonna see a Carti feature, it's gonna be one of them 3 niggas. So for the first time in years, we had Carti come out and drop a single. He did a whole rollout for it. It was on his birthday. He had the bald dude come on the story, new Carti tonight, and new Carti just so happened to come that night. But not only was it new Carti that came that night, some bundles came out. Not only for All Red, the single that he dropped on his birthday, but also his brand new album, I Am Music, the album that he just confirmed is dropping Friday. So we had all of this going on. We had fans really excited. And you know, his fans are like a cult. When he posted these bundles, when he posted all of these merch drops and all of this, fans start eating it up. Fans was like, okay, well, we are getting something. We getting some bundles for this brand new album from Carti. So that means the album has to be right around the corner. That was 6 months ago. That was in September. Niggas bought all this merch, bought all of these albums, bought all of this clothing, and they still haven't got none of it because the album never came out. So none of the merch ever got shipped. But there was a problem with this merch. There was a label, or basically a warning under each piece of merch that people was buying that said the album has to come out 6 months from this day. And that was in September. Normally, Carti could afford to just come out and lie because he gonna lie, people gonna eat it up, people gonna enjoy that. But this time it was different because people already gave him their money. People already bought these bundles, and it said if these bundles are not shipped and the album is not released by this specific time frame, by right now, all of these albums, all of this merch was gonna get refunded. And keep in mind, Carti is one of the biggest rappers in the game right now. Even if you don't want to admit it, even if you feel some type of way about Carti and his music, you gotta admit he has one of the biggest fan bases in rap right now. So think about how many people bought these bundles and bought all this merch. People speculating that millions of dollars of merch was waiting to get shipped out. So if Carti doesn't drop Friday, all of that would have had to get refunded. And knowing Carti, if the merch wasn't paid for, he probably wouldn't have dropped Friday. But I'm assuming that nigga label called him up and was like, nigga, if you don't drop right now, it's gonna be some problems. Cause I don't think no label trying to refund millions of dollars that them niggas probably spent already. Point is, Carti was kind of obligated to drop. He kind of set himself a deadline. Like I used to be paid title of this video, Carti backed himself into a corner that he cannot escape from. He made it to where he has to drop this album. So he did all of this. We got the hype all-time high. Everybody paying attention. All eyes on Carti. We got Carti going to the Grammys, calling Carti out himself, saying, Carti, we need you to drop the album. Think about how crazy this is. Carti, a streamer, went to the Grammys and asked Playboy Carti to drop his album. That is such a crazy thing that people probably wouldn't expect it to see a year ago. And you know what's even crazier, this concept about him not dropping solo music? Since 2020, we haven't gotten a Playboy Carti album. And we're in 2025 right now, still no album, just a couple features, just him appearing on some artist songs. His monthly listeners like quadrupled. He is dead as one of the most streamed rappers right now. He has like 50 million monthly listeners right now. So think about how much it's gonna skyrocket if and when he does drop this album. But this is where the problems come in, right? So we had Carti building up this album all of these years. But if you listen to Playboy Carti's music, you also understand who he is as an artist. Now, is this nigga gonna have the ability to follow up all of these years of hype? Is he gonna be able to actually feed the fans? Are people gonna be okay with the body of work that he's supposed to drop on Friday? That's a question that we really gotta wait and see. Because if we being honest, yeah, Carti music do sound good, but he's also not really a substance rapper. You listen to Carti, you wanna feel good, you wanna turn up, you wanna dance a little bit. You don't really listen to Carti or think about a Carti album that has a lot of longevity. Granted, Whole Lotta Red did have a lot of longevity, and it did really change the landscape of music, but that album came out to terrible reviews. 4 months after that album released, people really was looking at it and was like, yo, this is garbage, and I can't believe we waited like 3 years for this album. And this time, we've waited 5 years for this album. And I think Carti realized this. I think Carti really took into consideration that he can't have another Whole Lotta Red situation happen. Yeah, that happened, and yeah, people enjoyed the project a few months after it came out, but that don't mean that's what he wants to repeat again. And I'm saying all this to say that I think Carti is gonna be coming normal this time. If y'all remember the messages with him and Lucky was like, twin coming normal. Carti is literally coming normal. If he's not making just generic music, these snippets and these songs that he put out over this past year, in my opinion, have been some hits. These songs have been hitting. Them songs that he performed at Rolling Loud back in December or November, them shits was hitting. All of them singles that he was putting on IG and YouTube, them was hitting. He basically developed an entire new sound within these 5 years of him being out of music, and it's not trash. It's not something that the mass majority of hip hop wouldn't like. He switched up his sound to be more safe, but not so safe that it lost his creativity. But that still don't mean all reception for this album is gonna be good, even if it's decent. People are expecting an amazing album. After 5 years, after all of this teasing, after all of the Lion and all the restarting the rollouts, people are gonna want something fire. So this really is like his last chance with rap. This is last chance to really become something mainstream. Carti already is mainstream, but y'all know what I mean. Up there with Travis and Drake and them. This is Carti's real opportunity to prove himself to the broader rap audience that he's somebody y'all need to be paying attention to. And I think this is gonna sell a lot. If it does drop Friday, no lie, Carti's selling at least 250. 200K, 250, maybe 300. Because the amount of people that's been paying attention to this album, the amount of promo it's got from the entire hip hop space is kind of crazy. I mean, for a long time, it was all of these NBA teams posting Carti album or talking about Carti saying that, yo, bro, we need you to drop. Carti has been getting promo from all angles, whether it's him, whether it's a streamer, whether it's a basketball team, Carti has been getting promo. This nigga is an unlimited promo machine. He be getting attention from everywhere. So it's a lot of eyes on this album compared to Whole Lotta Red. So with all the growth he done came up with over the past few years, I think it's gonna be a good moment for him. Even though he is a liar, even though that nigga do like to lie, and if he lies about this album coming Friday, people are gonna be like, damn. But I really don't think he is because, like I said, Baldman announced it. Carti been DMing all of these streamers and all of these people in the industry saying that, oh yeah, I'm dropping Friday. He DM'd Platboy Max and was like, look, bro, album Friday.
This nigga really dropping. This nigga really dropping.
Not only did he DM Platboy Max, he also DM Casanet talking about album Friday, Dabo, album Friday. All of these people, all of these streamers, he's announcing that this album is coming. It ain't really much else to say other than we gotta wait about 24 hours. This album come out tomorrow, 12 a.m. and I will be there. If you wanna watch me react to this album, react to Carti's first album since 2020, come through on my Twitch tonight at about 10 or 11 p.m. EST and I'm gonna be live reacting to this album. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think this album is gonna be worth the wait or is Carti gonna underdeliver?